Hi everyone, hi, this is Christine Crow here, and welcome to my channel. And today I really want to talk about a few things. I'm going to be going live shortly in a moment, probably about 40 minutes, for example. And let's let me begin here because really I don't really know where to start. But I'm going to start with something very positive. Today I've been having meetings with clients, and I've been trying to talk to them with regards to what things that they can look at applying for when it comes to contracts. And I want to keep on a positive note here regarding contracts, but also at the same time, I'm also discussing with clients that we need to be mindful that there isn't a conflict of interest, for example. Now, there's a lot in the press at the moment and online, for example, with regards to Elon Musk and Donald Trump, for example, that there's possibilities of conflict of interest, and this is being thrashed out in the courts, for example. And I'm looking at that aspect in terms of helping my clients to learn that what can be seen as a conflict of interest. And even though you may have a family member, like I said, working within a government organization, and you hear about a particular contract, you go and tell that person that this contract is coming up, prepare them before the other business owners get to hear about it first. Now, what I want to talk to you about is, I mentioned the other day about the State Department, the US State Department I'm referring to here, and that there's plenty of lower value contracts which you can apply for as a business owner. And I'm going to touch briefly on this regarding Elon Musk. Now, Elon Musk, he wants to be a trillionaire, not a billionaire. He is a billionaire, but he wants to be a trillionaire. So can you imagine the amount of contracts that he will need to win in order to become a trillionaire? Now, a lot of people say, and I've had some comments where they say, well, Elon doesn't need the government's money. But at the same time, I'm also looking at the contracts that he has won and that he continues to win, for example. And what I wanted to mention is that with regards to small businesses like yourselves, if you're a business owner, whether you're running a business that is non-healthcare, for example, there's still contracts out there which you can apply for. And I want to home in on this more. For example, I want to ask that question from the training that I did the other day. Who went on to the Department of State website to see what contracts are available? Because I've been speaking to a few of the clients in the States, for example, and it was nice to hear that some of them did go to look and found something that they were interested in applying for. Now, I'm not saying that you must be like Elon Musk, because Elon Musk is Elon Musk, and you know that is his personality. What I'm referring to is you being the business owner and you wanting to help the community where you live, you wanting to support the community where you live and to grow as well. But also it's a give and take kind of relationship, for example. Now, with regards to these particular contracts, right, you can win them, and you can also put in for a particular contract and actually win that contract, providing that you meet all of the criterias and that providing that there's no conflict of interest. Now, I've explained in a video about what is a conflict of interest, but you also need to be aware of that before you even apply for a contract. Because let me tell you something, you can be you can be pulled up about a conflict of interest at any point in time in your contract life cycle, for example. So it's always good to look at it in the beginning before you even apply. Can this be seen as a conflict of interest? Where did I hear it from? How did I hear it? Did I hear it before someone else? It's like a property coming on the market and you're an estate agent, for example. And I'm going to explain this in this way. And you've gone to look at that property and you decide, oh, actually, I want that property. Instead, before it's even shown on the market, that is a conflict of interest, isn't it? Because you're meant to be the estate agent that's got a property up for sale that a client, for example, wants you to sell their property to get the best price, for example. Yeah, because that's what estate agents do. Not that property comes on and given to them to look after it. They've got the keys, etc. They draft up all the documents, etc., the photos and etc. And then they actually don't put it on the market, that they go and have a look at it themselves and think, oh, I can make some money from this, or I want this house, so I'm going to buy it. That is a conflict of interest, because really those other potential buyers for the property that is meant to be up for sale could have been interested in it and may have wanted to put a offer in just the same as what the estate agent would have done. So what the estate agent should do, and I'm sure that they do, I'm just giving you an example here without being too political, for example. So let's look at this. So the estate agent puts the house up for sale, puts it on their website with all the photos and everything like that. But they also let the owner know that they're interested in that property. Then that owner has that decision to think, okay, well, you want to buy it? Yeah, that's the price. You can have it. They've had that chance then, haven't they? Or they can say, well, actually, I'm going to leave it for a couple of months, see what happens, and if no one's interested, I will take that offer that you've given me on that basis. So that is something which isn't a conflict of interest. And that's why I wanted to explain that to you, so that you can understand it in different scenarios, for example, because there is so much talk at the moment, as you know, with Elon Musk winning all of these contracts, these government contracts, and to the tune of almost 20 billion, for example. And he wants to be a trillionaire, the first ever. I mean, he's the richest man in the world. Now he wants to be, well, not now. I'm sure he probably wanted to be a trillionaire anyway. It's just we're just hearing about it now. Now, this will be like, it's the Guinness Book of Records already anyway. And I think it's the Guinness Book of Records for one man winning as many contracts as what Elon Musk has won. Government contracts, that is, as well as other contracts, for example. And yes, there are things that he's done which is absolutely amazing, scientifical, out of this world type of thing. And yeah, he wants to fly to Mars, for example. He's got some big plans that he wants to achieve, and he probably thinks, well, I need to become a trillionaire by a certain time, and then I'll be able to fly to Mars and in a spaceship and then create this town that is on Mars, for example, for the elite, for example. But what I want to say to you is that when you're looking at contracting, and you should go on to sam.gov if you're in America, for example, go on to sam.gov or go onto the US State Department, for example, see what contracts are available for you to apply for. Because, everyone should be given that chance, providing that you do have the right credentials and that you meet the evaluation and that there's no conflict of interest. Now, Donald Trump has said that there will be no more contracts, apparently, and also, secondly, that there won't be any conflicts of interest that Elon Musk has applied for contract-wise. Although Elon Musk has a dual role, for example, private sector, and also working alongside Donald Trump, for example, I believe is his advisor, for example. They did a video just recently, for example. But what I want you to think about is that all of these cutbacks that's being done, they're saying that there's so much wastage that's being done. For example, there's layoffs, for example, people losing their jobs, and key personnel are losing their jobs or they're quitting because they're feeling so much pressure, for example.